Second, please. All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. One second. Interesting. Yeah. So good, good. All right. Well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. So turnaround
Good, good,
Tuesday,
good.
kinda. So it was an interesting one today. But anyway, guys, glad everybody's able to join in here. So today we're going to be continuing our series here on navigating the downtrend. And why are we talking about this week? Well, because the S&P market just got into a downtrend, right? So it just confirmed the other day on Friday, and then of course we got some huge follow through yesterday, and today a little bit of a pause day ahead of the Fed. So we'll talk about that more in a little bit. Before we get started, though, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see where we left off with the market here today, and then we're going to take a look at the futures and see where we're up to or down to here this evening, what might be setting up going into tomorrow. And then we'll go through the topic, and then we'll take questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right, so SPX guys, check out this monthly candle right here. So right now, if it closed like this, right, we'd have a bearish engulfing candle for the month, right, of here of September, right. So that would be a little bit ominous, right. We've had a few other bearish engulfing candles in the past, nothing really major in terms of follow through on the monthly, but it is always interesting, and there is a high probability of follow through the downside, right, in the 60-ish percentages, right, 60 to 70% chance. So some pretty interesting stuff there. We'll see how this month ends up closing. Tomorrow's going to be a big day because it's Fed Day. But one of the cool things that we pointed out a couple weeks ago was this pattern right here, right? This is the evening star reversal candlestick pattern right here. 78% chance percent follow through to the downside, right? Or percent follow through, right? So last week, right, we got a little bit of follow through here, and then boom, this week we gapped down and really pushed down here, holding the mid Bollinger Band on the weekly chart. And the McClellan Oscillator came back over minus 100, which is kind of interesting. Daily chart, inside day, right? So what happened, right? So Friday, we confirmed, right? We confirmed our downtrend, right? We talked about this yesterday. We closed below the 80 MA, we had increased volume on the SPY, and we closed below our trend box, below the macro upper trend line, giving us a downward trend line, right? And then Monday, yesterday, we gapped down and then we flushed, right? And then they ended up buying the dip here at the bottom of the cloud, right? There was also some buying kind of pressure here in the past, so I found a little bit of support right there. And then, that was kind of like the big thing, right? And then we also, yesterday was the fresh gamma, right? So we had some fresh, the OPEX option expiration expired, the weeklies, the monthlies, right? So we had some fresh options coming on board, right? So now we're trying to see what kind of direction we take. And a lot of folks are kind of hands offish until after the Fed, and rightly so, because we have no idea which way, they're going to sway the market, right? It could really move things one way or the other. I'm kind of leaning a little bit like, we'll take a look at the wave count in a little bit. I'm kind of leaning a little bit like maybe it'll fake to the upside and then flush again, right? And that'll kind of get things going even more to the downside. But we'll see. But that's kind of maybe the bear in me kind of wishing and hoping. But we'll see how we go from there. So, but after that big day yesterday, that big candlestick yesterday range, yesterday was 97 points, right? So today, inside day, right? So kind of a pause-ish type day, choppy type price action, and we kind of anticipated that, right? Going ahead of the Fed, right? Because nobody really wants to push the market, or really wants to try to get really too involved until Fed comes out and the market kind of takes a little bit of direction after that. But very, very interesting that this is all happening with clean slate gamma, clean slate options, right? And let's see what happens once the Fed finishes, see where we go. And it is very possible, right, that it could be bullish, right? And then we get back over the 80 MA, start to plow our way back up, and then get back into an uptrend. But in the meantime, we are still in a downtrend. We'll take a look at the Elliott wave count in a little bit, but first let's take a look at the futures. See what we're up to or down to here this evening. So S&P futures down about 9 points, right? So not huge, right? Not getting a huge amount of follow through, but it could be a little bit of a bear pennant, from this downside price action here going into the evening. So let's take a look at this here. So we got this. Right, we got a little bit of this type of action right here. So a little bit of a triangle, right? It could be down, triangle. It could be a drop-based rally, right? But it also could be a drop-based drop, right? So we definitely want to keep an eye on that and see how that goes here tonight. Again, if it breaks down below here, that could be very, very interesting tomorrow, especially if it gives us some sort of 20-point gap down or something like that, right? So definitely something to keep an eye on. So good stuff. All right, so like we said, guys, we kind of already touched on it a little bit here, but this week we've been talking about navigating the downtrend. So it's a little bit different, right? It's a little bit different, right? Looking at a kind of a downtrending market as opposed to the never-ending wave up that we've been in. And so we kind of have to switch perspective a little bit, right? A couple other a couple interesting things that happened today, right? So look at this, right? Usually we look for harmonics that are bullish, right? That kind of give us that third wing to the upside. But look at this, we kind of have a nice downside harmonic right here. It's kind of a rarity, right, on the intraday. So pretty cool stuff right there. Again, getting a little bit of bounce off, and might get a 382 move, that type of thing. But again, these are the type of things that we don't normally see when we're in an uptrend, right? When we're in a downtrend, we start to see these lower highs, right? So lower high, lower high, lower high, right? Lower high, and then we tend to see lower lows as well. But we kind of triangulated here into the close, and you can see once that broke down into the end of the day, right? That kind of brought the trend back down again. So, and here's your lower low right here. So pretty cool stuff, right? So what's really kind of the one thing that I want to hit on today? The one thing I want to hit on today is this, right? When we're in an uptrend, right, we tend to see surprises to the upside. Right? When we're in a downtrend, we tend to see surprises to the downside, right? And so that's kind of like the theme of the day, right? Just so for example, right, as you guys know, as we've been kind of navigating this market up for since since 2020 basically. I mean, look at this thing. This thing's been going forever, right? So it was this March of 2020, right? So it's just been grinding its way up, right? So one of the things that we've seen a lot in this this uptrending market are the type of moves that are these ferocious dip buys, right? That are kind of they kind of a surprise to the upside. They stopped being surprising. They almost started to get obnoxious, right? So as we were working our way in the uptrend, right, we'd kind of see these down moves, and then boom, we'd see this huge move up, and it was kind of grinded, it's kind of really mark its way up. These big V reversals, right? So now the V reversals aren't as pronounced, right? And so if we go back to the S&P futures, we had a big reversal last night. In fact, we were gapping up about 30 points here this morning, but we just couldn't get any follow through on it, right? So you can see here. This is the 1 hour chart. Let's go to 15 and see if we can get a little bit. See, we had a nice V reversal last night, but it ran out of steam right before even the open market, right? And then we started working away. They tried to rally it again and then just couldn't hold, right? So that's one of the interesting things there too. Although they tried to surprise it to the upside, certainly yesterday at the close, was a big deal, right? There was a huge, crazy move to the upside. We still couldn't even clear the short-term downward trend line, the geometric line, right, until after hours, right, where there's a lot less power, right? That's why we call it overnight inventory. So that's one of the big things I wanted to point out today, and we saw that today here on the S&P futures or on the SPY at the end of the day, right? So what was one of the big things that happened, right? So one of the big things that happened, not only did we talk about the harmonic type move here intraday, right, because we were looking like a bullish harmonic here, right? We had this move. This type of move right here. Now, it was kind of a little bit extended here to the upside. We kind of started to work our way up, but look how it kind of ran out of steam, right? And it didn't give one of those crazy dip buys that we typically see in an uptrend, right? So what we did see, though, is kind of out of the blue, even though there's no news coming out, was a quick flush at the close. It was like, what's going on here, right? So it's kind of a surprise, right? So we were like, this thing's doing what it normally does, right? Doesn't it just grind its way up? It grinds its way up. Well, not today, right? Not in a downtrend, right? And so that's kind of the big theme of the day right here. We had a nice flush right here. Look at the volume, right? 19,000, right? And then right here at the last candle of the day right here, 66,000 contracts on the downside. The nice big flush, and then it flushed after hours, right? You can see we're still basically down after hours here as well. So that's really kind of the big theme of the day is the surprises to the downside. So keep that in mind, right? When you're trading, you're trying to buy the dip, things are working their way up. Be cautious, right? Keep your stops, sensible, right? When things are moving up, and you get a nice push, right? Move your stops up if you're trying to go long and you're trying to buy a dip, just in case you get that surprise to the downside. So very, very helpful to know, right? Know what your trend is, right? Because when you know what your trend is, it can help you find where those surprises might come in. It also might even help you find a good trade if you can find a good level, right? So yesterday's value area high, right? Obviously a good level right here. Upper shadow, upper shadow, upper shadow, upper shadow, upper shadow, and then flush, right? So really, really cool stuff. So good. Well, I hope you guys found that helpful. At this point now, if anybody's got any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window. We'll get through as many as we can, try to wrap as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So good stuff. All right. We've already got some good ones coming through. Shirley sent a few in via email, so let's take a look at those. So let's take a look at LCID, guys. Anybody who caught the video this Sunday, let me grab a sip of water right here. Anybody who caught the video this Sunday, we talked about ChatterQuant, right? So ChatterQuant is a basically social sentiment detector, right? It helps us find what's going on Twitter, Reddit, things like that. So really hot Reddit name today was Elcid, and this also hit our radar yesterday from I believe you guys. I think Shirley mentioned it yesterday, and it made our game plan going into today. I think I posted it, might have posted it last night, and definitely posted it in the bubble report this morning. But it's a very very strong candle yesterday, a nice engulfing candle after some good volume, and then it started to hit the chatterbox, right? The ChatterQuant, right? And so we had this really nice move today. Beautiful triangle, around this time frame where the chatter started to get really, really high, and then boom, we got this nice triangle right here, triangle breakout, and the options on these, the 26 calls went from like $1.20 to like 260, so a little bit over a double on those for Elcid today. So really, really nice move on that, and again, pretty decent candle here today too, right? So again, the only issue I have with it is the upper shadow off of this geometric line, but we'll see what it does, right? If it gaps up tomorrow and breaks above these levels, definitely one to keep an eye on for sure. So good find on that one. DKNG, let's take a look. If anybody didn't see that video though, let me post that in here real quick. Give me 1 second here. From the weekend show. If anybody didn't get a chance to catch that, just grab that right here, here, and here. I'm going to put that in the chat box. If you didn't get a chance to check that out, definitely check that out. Social sentiment discussion this Sunday with ChatterQuant. Okay, cool. So good stuff. Shirley, what else you got? So you got DKNG on the radar. Oof, big down move on this one. What was wasn't there some news on this one? Jobs Company makes $20 billion offer for UK betting giant Entain. So that's a huge outlay of money for kind of a smallish company, right? But wow, $20 billion. Wow, that's a huge move on that one. So yeah, big breakdown there below the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. So a little bit weak right there, but it is kind of running into a little bit of support down here. So let's see if that can hold. Let's take a look at LVS. Again, another casino type name. Again, this is one, guys, that we pointed out as a swing idea back here. We discussed that here on the live stream. We had one real retrace here to the 80 minute. We had this huge gap down on that one for a quadruple on the options on those. And we just lost some really key levels on this one. So definitely still bearish here on LVS. ATVI, let's take a look. So ATVI guys struggling, right? So it tried to work its way back up recently, but again, they're just always struggling here with the way they treat their employees, right? So it's they keep on getting knocked on that one. So again, really nasty breakdown on ATVI. And again, in a bearish market, or in a downtrending market, that type of negative news, right, can get a little bit more exacerbated type candles like that. So it's definitely, so pay attention to negative news out there when you're in a downtrend, just like you want to pay attention to positive news when you're in an uptrend, right? So Roku had some positive news today, like they're going to be working with Shopify and all that stuff, and it didn't do anything, it didn't move it, right? Because we're in a downtrending market right now, right? So, but when you're uptrending and things are hot, right, and things are good, it's like, oh, that's good news, right? They start to rally through it. So that's another kind of good thing too. And then Fubo, again, nice down move here as well. This one's coming into a lot of support, right? So just a little bit of caution right here, right? You can kind of see we're just kind of hanging right onto that right now. So maybe it's poking its head below it, but at the same time too, you got a horizontal support line right there. So good stuff there. Awesome, Shirley. Really great charts tonight. Appreciate it. Options rock. What's going on? ICPT. Let's take a look. ICPT with a hanging on to the 80 MA up there with a lower shadow on that one. So again, let's see how that holds. The joint. Let's take a look. Joint with an inside day today under the 80 MA, right? So a little bit caution there. And then BHC. Let's take a look. Whoa, talk about a morning star reversal on that one. Real body right here, real body below it, right? Both red candles, and then a green one that closed over 50% of the range of that first candle right there. So strong morning star reversal on BHC. Let's see if we can follow through. Nice relative strength on that one. Good find. And Dross, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Bobby, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at Amazon. So Amazon, guys, interestingly enough, only down 12 points here today. Inside day. After the big down, but very, very similar to the price action in the market here today. And this could be an interesting one, after the Fed, right? So see what kind of direction we get tomorrow, and then see if Amazon really kind of gets moving. So that could be interesting as well. Watch the inside day high and low. Angela, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at ITCI. ITCI, woo! Look at this one, guys. We were tracking this one here. Look at that bull flag you pointed out the other day, right? We discovered the other day. This nice candle right here. I would have liked to have seen a little more volume on it, but apparently it didn't care because it broke out through that level right here at a nice cloud breakout on that one. So a little bit of caution just in case it turns into what PLTR did and pulled all the way back to the flag. But that's a really nice flag breakout on that one. And like you pointed out yesterday too, cup and handle, also an inverse head and shoulders as well. So very, very nice follow through on that one. AXSM, let's take a look. Again, it's continuing to grind its way up here as well over the ADMA. Who knows? Maybe want to make a push up to the 50-day and the cloud. So nice stuff there. Adriana, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's take a look at AMD. So AMD is struggling a little bit, right? So we're below the 50-day moving average. I had a nice day today, right? But watch out. This could be a little bit of a mini bear flag just in case it breaks down below those lows. And then Snap. Snap was nice today, guys. This is one of the stronger candles going into tomorrow. I think that should make our radar. Give me 1 second right here. Let's take a look at this. That needs to go in the game plan for tomorrow. Definitely a nice, definitely a beautiful candle on that one on Snap. I like it, right? So we have this kind of essentially like this triangle breakout right here, geometric breakout, good volume, good relative strength today. So it's a nice find on that one. J-Moss, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. You got Indy on the radar. Let's take a look. Yeah, nice push on this one, right? Definitely cleared a couple key levels right here. Just watch this, right? So it couldn't close above this huge kind of forming cup and handle right there, but that definitely showed some somebody who's trying to get that thing going. So nice one there as well. And good, I like it. And then John, what's going on? Good to see it. The John Turner, it's good to see it. Let's get SMG. Again, could be a potential doji sandwich here. I like the really narrow range here with increased volume. So again, the pot names are a little bit active today. So we'll see how those go. Let's take a look at DOCN inside day here over the ADMA. So let's see if that we can break over the inside day high and kind of keep going off of that. But again, guys, a little bit of caution here as the market is still in the downtrend, right? So PD inside day here back over the ADMA on that one as well, and pins definitely not as nice as the Snap one, right? So pins under the ADMA here as well. Trying to hold these recent lows, but again, I'd still like to see it get back over the ADMA on that one. Roku, Kathy made another buy on this one yesterday. It started to move a little bit. I'm sure she's like, yay, it's actually moving. Yay, stocks go up. And then it was like, oh, they go back down too. So again, they're struggling right here. Let's see if this thing can get over the ADMA. And here's another, again, once again, she bought it yesterday under the ADMA, right? So really rough right there. And then a big upper shot. I mean, we're under the ADMA, we're under the 50-day moving average, and we're under the 200-day moving average. Tough place to get involved, right? So, but eventually, we'll look for a move on it. So good stuff. And then Nest, what's going on? Good to see you. I hope you're doing great. Let's look at CVGW. CVGW on that one. Inside day here, but over the ADMA after a decent push to the upside on that one too. Again, growers, so maybe kind of pot related. These names are a little bit hot today. Otas, what's going on? Hope you had a great trading day today too. Let's take a look at TTD. So TTD tried to put a Morningstar reversal in, but couldn't get through that candle right there. So under the 80 man, this one you got a big cloud resistance on that one. So a little bit of caution on that. Goldman Sachs, again, guys, big gap down on this name right here the other day. This is on our bearish radar recently, right? So could be working on a little bit of a bear flag. And Home Depot, let's take a look. So Home Depot, struggling a little bit, right? So you kind of have this these recent levels up here, so it could be working on kind of a cup, maybe handle-ish type pattern, and then see if it can break out of that brim line. Otherwise, right, might still want to come back and retest a couple of the lower levels. And Unity Software, it's like inside day under the 80 MA. Decent day today, right? But just watch your levels on it. See if it pops above there, kind of gets bullish again, great. If not, watch for potential breakdown, and it might want a date with the 50-day, right? So keep an eye on that one there as well. So good stuff. Nice find on that one. The Nest, you've got BIIB on the radar too. Let's take a look. BIIB under the 80 MA there, sitting on the 200 day. So let's see how it holds there. The Big C, let's take a look. Big C with an inside day under the 80 MA, so a little bit of caution there as well. The Farfetch, again, still under the 80 MA with the red candle on that one too. Michael Phillips, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at HLBZ. HLBZ, whoa, big gapper on that one there today with the big upper shadow. Pretty cool stuff there. MRIN. Getting tight, but up after hours, right? So let's take a look at this one here. Whoa, Marion Software with the big one. What's the news on this thing? Why is Marion trading higher? In a new agreement because of scheduled termination of existing revenue share agreement. Okay. Trading higher after coming out a revenue share agreement with Google. Nice on that one. So cool. Yeah, definitely want to keep an eye on tomorrow. MRIN. Might be sure. Let's add that to the 15-word radar for tomorrow. 1 second. So MRIN. Nice. Good find on that one. Thanks for finding that one. Good find there. And then let's take a look. You got the NNVC. Let's take a look. NNVC up a little bit. Whoa, huge candle there today from $4 all the way up to $7, almost a double there on the, it looks like an options chart, right? Wild price action on that one. And John Turner, you've also got ESTC on the radar. Let's take a look. Love it. Great. Thanks, Michael. Over the ADMA on this one, so it could be getting constructive. Tree still riding the ADMA on the downside. And Fizz with a pretty decent candle here today, just low volume, so it's tough for me to get excited about it. And Bobby, what's going on? Amazon, yeah, big inside day today. It looks almost like the same candlestick pattern as the market itself. So it could be interesting tomorrow going into the Fed, right? So let's see what the Fed says, and let's see which way this thing decides it wants to go. Jack, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at Tesla. So Tesla, it was okay. Kind of a choppy day today. Still below the 80 on this one. A little bit of caution with a couple of these upper shadows. Again, today, guys, today was pretty much a choppy day. There wasn't a lot of breakout moves on the normal stocks that we look at. It got into the gap window a little bit, gave us an upper shadow off it, and just no go, right? There was no setup on that one today, unfortunately. But it looked like it was trying, just couldn't get there. But nice, yeah. So John, yeah, nice find in the BHC, exactly. Yeah, monthly and weekly, just beautiful candle on that one. Incredible candlestick setup. And Michael, yeah, Uber was a big one today too. They actually are making a profit, right? And so they got a gap up on that one. This was a grinder. This is a tough one to get involved in today. We looked at it this morning, and it was just like so slow. Lots of upper shadows, but it did grind its way up today. So beautiful candle, but kind of one of those ones where you actually look and see how it did what it did. It was like, that was kind of rough, right? That type of thing. But pretty interesting there. Imagine that. They posted a profit after, I don't know if anybody's been on an Uber recently or a Lyft, but they're like 10 times as expensive as what they used to be. So yeah, it turns out if you jack your prices up 10 times the amount and people still use it, your profits go up, right? So we got that going on. Life, nice compression right there, nice contraction to the expansion on that one as well. And then UPST, again, this name has really just been continuing to work its way up. It hasn't been clean at all, right? This kind of reminds me of the intraday on Uber, right? Tough. It's like red, green, cut, and then upper shadow, red, green, but it's been riding that ADMA all the way up. So nice move on that one too. And Jack, what's going on? When do I send out the live videos? So we're live right now, right? So we do 7:30. We go live at night. We do chart requests, talk about technical stuff, right? Go over some different topics, things like that. And then, of course, we put our videos out throughout the day. They're not live. We got the morning market video, the lunchtime video, and the market wrap video in the morning around lunchtime and just after the market closes. And, of course, we have a Discord group. And in the Discord group, I go live at the open and close there, for the group, right, for the benefit of that, so we can see what's moving, and so folks can, we can help folks find potential trades, right? So some ideas out there. So good stuff. And if you want to look at that a little bit more, you can check out the links in the description on that one there too. So good stuff there, John. Yeah. So you're looking at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, guys, doing pretty well right here. This has been in the bubble report that we've been publishing. And again, like I said, after this bearish engulfing candle, I'm out, right? So we liked it back here on this breakout move. We liked the bull flag breakout. We liked that it was holding the macro upper trend line. We did not like this candle. So that is the out, right? And then from here, right, it looks like, oh, it's working its way back up. Now it's forming a bear flag, and then it flushed here. It held these levels, and it broke down again, and we put the levels in the bubble report. 40,000 is the next main level that they're trying to hold right now. So we'll see if that holds. If not, next one, who knows, maybe like 38, 37,000, right? So definitely something to keep an eye on there. So good. Bobby Morrison, what's going on? Good to see you. Hit the like button. Show some love. I love it. Shreya, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Bobby. I appreciate it. Yes, you got FSLY on the radar. So FSLY looking kind of interesting. Inside day under the 80 MA. It looks like it might be getting ready to try to have a little bit of a move. So definitely check those levels going out into tomorrow. Ondas with another upper shadow of the 80 MA, the 50-day moving average. So a little bit of caution there. And TNDM. With an upper shadow over the ADMA, right? So a little caution there. And INMD, again, you guys like your pharma names, right? So some pretty cool stuff there, biotech names. But yeah, big move on that one there. Big fresh highs. Upper shadow too makes it a little bit risky on that one. And then you got KL. You got the Kirkland Lake. Again, this thing's all over the place. Again, the last time we drew this here, we had this geometric line right here. It could be working on kind of a cupish type pattern. So just, keep an eye on it and see how it goes here, kind of like within this range. Kind of a sloppy pattern right there. Gold's been really sloppy recently, but it has had a couple good moves. Yeah, Jack, my pleasure. Thanks so much. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And thanks, everybody, for being here tonight. Love the chart requests. You guys really found some great ones. Tomorrow should be a fun one, guys. We got the Fed tomorrow. We actually go live in our group for the Fed press conference, too. We usually have a lot of fun during that as well. So sometimes you get some big market moves, and at the very least, it's fun to see what Pal's up to, right? So we got that going on as well. So anyway, guys, really appreciate everybody for tuning in. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening, and we'll see you guys right here on YouTube bright and early for the Good Morning Market Prep video. And Kalani Hawaii, what's going on? Yeah, Fiverr. I know this thing was an awesome one from Paul. Thanks for tuning in. You just caught me before I was exiting right here. I know, still going, and riding that ADMA all the way up here to the cloud. You gotta love it. So really, really nice stuff. Can you share your EMA Cloud TOS code? It's all defaulted, David. It's all just the default stuff, right? Just pull up your Ichimoku Cloud. All I do is just I just take off the just the Tencon and the span A, span B. So all you do is really see the cloud. That's really all I care about with the Ichimoku. And then the ADMA, just pull up your ADMA. Right, so just pull up your exponential movement average. So that's default too, and just make it 8, right? So that's the easiest way to do it. But hey, if you have any questions on it, feel free to DM me in Twitter. I can help you out with that too if you need any help. So anyway, guys, once again, thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope everybody has a great evening. We'll see everybody here on YouTube bright and early tomorrow morning for the Good Morning Market Prep video. And we'll see you guys then. Until then, stay healthy out there and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game.